Hello everyone, welcome to the tarot readings for the month of February 2026. I do 3 general readings each month. Today is the general tarot reading. Next Monday will be the second reading for the month and will be focused on love and relationships. And in 2 weeks from now, the third reading for the month, also on Monday, will be about manifestation and abundance. So let's begin shuffling. We will draw the general theme and the challenge of the month for all of us with the Quantum Oracle. So for the theme of the month, we got Kindred Partnerships upright. And for the challenge of the month, we got 2 oracles, the Loving Woman upright and Taking Steps in reverse. Now, let's shuffle the tarot to draw the cards that represents near past, present, and near future. 3 cards for each in the order they appear. And at the bottom of the deck, as the overall energy, we got the Moon in reverse and the 4 of Wands upright. Let's shuffle the final advice with the Sacred Destiny Oracle. We got Purification. So let's begin with the overall energy. As the overall energy, we got the Moon in reverse and the 4 of Wands upright. This is very interesting because the Moon is one of the most difficult paths to walk among the major arcana. The major arcana are cards that invite us to journey through our growth as human beings, and they represent our growth and expansion of consciousness. This means that we are all inhabiting this material plane to expand our consciousness, whether or not it is intentional, because simply living here requires that challenge. It is as if we make a contract to incarnate on Earth in a human body, and the contract says, you will explore what it means to expand your consciousness. So whether or not you do some inner work, therapy, spiritual exploration, or none, we are all walking this path of expansion of consciousness, each at our own level. So the Moon is one of those chapters, and is the chapter in which we journey through our growth with uncertainty, with fears, and not knowing what is happening, and not knowing what will happen. And this is why the Moon is called the dark night of the soul, because all of our fears are activated, and we walk the path with uncertainty. But it came out in reverse. This means that this energy is being left behind, because something will be revealed, something will be shown, and the energy will settle after navigating this path. And since it came out along the 4 of Wands upright, this is very beautiful because the Moon, as you can see here, is a nocturnal portal, and the 4 of Wands is another portal in the light of day. So this 4 of Wands is softening the difficult path of the Moon. And this means that what is going to be revealed or what is going to change in our lives this February will move toward stability, toward harvest. This means that we will reap the fruits of our effort and that we will create a safe space for our inner fire to be expressed. Our inner fire is expressed in what we are passionate about, in what we enjoy doing, or in what allows us to expand, whether it is our profession, our relationship, or any other path, is what motivates us to act and to move forward in life. So this 4 of Wands also means that we are going to build this safe space with another, and this leads us to the oracle that we got for the theme of the month, because the oracle that we got, Kindred Partnership, means that the harvest that we will reap and the safe space that we will be built with another person. That other person will allow us to experience a more intimate, deeper connection. This doesn't necessarily mean a romantic partner, though it can include that meaning. So since this is a general reading, for some people it will manifest as finding or creating a deeper romantic relationship with someone new or someone you already have a relationship with. For others, it will be a friendship, a professional connection, or a work relationship that is going to be deeper and more expansive than before. Through that relationship, we will build this safe space, and through that relationship, we will leave behind the uncertainty portrayed in the Moon. This deep relationship requires us to be open to receive or to align with that possibility. It means that some aspects of the self, such as low self-esteem, past relationship traumas, fear of connection, or isolation, must be consciously worked on to be transmuted. And if we cannot transmute it because our energy does not allow it yet, then at least we must walk through those blockages and show ourselves to the world in order to seize this opportunity that is opening for us. I say this because oracles and tarot can predict something, but it's only us with our free will that can cross into that energy. So if we allow fear of connection or past trauma to dominate, we may miss this kind of opportunities. This is why my readings are so focused on revealing what is happening with our energy so that we can take advantage of the opportunities that open for us. Let's look at the next oracle related to the challenge for February. We will start with taking steps in reverse. This is an oracle of intention, and intention is how we direct our energy. So since it came out in reverse, it reveals that we are navigating confusion about what we should do as the next step in our life. That we are not entirely convinced that the path we are on is the one we truly want to be on. There's some insecurity about the future, and we are doubting the decisions we have made in the past. So this oracle advises that in order to not get stuck, bothered, or weighed down by regret, we need to release the fears about uncertainty in the future. The self-doubt is the shadow that we must transmute in order to move forward. And the next oracle, the loving woman, represents the feminine energy, meaning this energy is coming toward us to give us support and care. And very soon we will find this vibration surrounding us and aligning with us. There is a woman in our life who will increase the love and support for us. And this loving, nurturing woman could be a friend, a family member, or someone in our workplace. It could be someone who teaches us something, or someone who brings knowledge about ourselves that we haven't seen before. Someone who offers support and care, a great friend, a great teacher. And if she's not yet in our life, we will meet her soon. So for some, this may also indicate a romantic connection. In any case, this woman will be a new opportunity to create deep relationship in which we can align with the expansion that she brings. Now let's move into the near past with the tarot. Starting with the Tower and Major Arcana, it speaks about a recent past experience that was difficult, surprising. It arrives like a lightning, as you can see here in the image, being something sudden and disruptive. This lightning could manifest as an event or a situation that breaks normality and reveals anything that in our life lacks foundation or solidity, because it comes precisely to destroy that which is unstable. The positive side of the Tower is that the situation arrives to dissolve what is unsustainable and to allow a fresh start. Often, when the Tower appears, it is because we already had some intuition about what wasn't working in our life, but we ignore it, or we didn't act upon it, or we didn't explore it deeply. So as we postpone that awareness or that action, life arranges itself to bring us an event like the Tower, a sudden shaking experience that forces us to release what we need to let go of, whether from ourselves or our life, our relationships, the people around us, or the decisions we have made. And the next card that came along with this Tower, the Seven of Swords in reverse, a minor arcana, indicates that the Tower arrived to uncover what had been buried, ignored, suppressed, or postponed. Something that has been bothering us, something that is not working anymore, something dysfunctional, represented by these buried swords. These are the events or the discomforts that we have been burying. So the Tower appears precisely to unearth them, to show them vividly and directly, so we can deal with them once and for all and leave them behind. And what is being unearthed connects directly to the Nine of Wands in reverse, the next card. This represents what drains us, what steals our energy, and it can manifest in many areas of our life, meaning decisions, relationships, people, situations we have been holding on to, even though they no longer work or nourish us. It can also be behavioral habits, patterns, or choices that we've clung to despite knowing they don't serve us. So the tower came to reveal what has been draining our inner fire. And the fire that is being drained is the fire of manifestation. This is why things haven't moved forward. This is why our manifestation energy is leaking like an open faucet. And here we can see why we got the moon in reverse earlier as the overall energy, because we have been walking through a very difficult path with that tower and everything it came to reveal. So let's see the cards for the present. Starting with the Six of Wands in reverse, a minor arcana, as a residue of that tower, because we are realizing that certain people no longer have a place in our lives. Certain relationships no longer have a place in our life. All sixes, whether major or minor arcana, are cards about relationships, about our connection with someone else. In this case, the Six of Wands in reverse is showing us people whose energy does not support us, people that does not contribute anything good, and instead are critical and judgmental. This could also be showing an aspect of our personality that needs to be released, because everything in this plane is like a mirror. So if we are very judgmental, very critical toward others, most likely the energy field around us will attract people and relationships that are equally critical, equally judgmental, and it becomes a feedback loop that does not lead to any progress. Next card at the center of the reading, we have the Four of Swords in reverse. This card influences all the cards around it. So in the image, it looks like someone is at rest. The Four of Wands is when something happens in our life that forces us to stop. For example, like an accident, an illness, a situation where everything halted, or a situation when we needed to establish like an energetic cocoon around us to recover, as you can see in the image shown here. But since it came out in reverse, it means that this is going to change. So this energy that forced us to stop is being left behind, is going to be released, and is going to start moving again. This leads us to the Princess of Cups as the last card for the present moment. This is telling me that this situation that is going to be left behind and the energy that is going to start moving forward will begin with a very good omen. And since it came out upright, it means that this new stage that is arriving, whether a message, a new information, or a new energy, will give us the push to start again. Something in a path that fulfills deeply on an emotional level, in a path that is going to open our heart chakra. So this could be what was mentioned before at the beginning, the new relationship or the new person who is going to enter our life in a very meaningful and loving way. Let's look at the near future. We got the Three of Pentacles in reverse. This speaks to what we have seen in the challenge, because all threes are possibilities of expansion. And since we are talking about pentacles, it is a possibility of expanding into something that allows us to manifest stability and security in our lives. But because it came out in reverse, that means that we are closing ourselves off with this doubt that was revealed by the Oracle of taking steps. We are closing ourselves off to the possibility of building something stable with other people, something that could bring resources, stability and security into our lives. So in the near future we need to work on this, because we may be missing the opportunity to be part of something greater with someone else. And the Five of Wands in reverse means that we are internally divided in our fire, that is, in our intention. This is similar to what appeared before in the challenge, because some parts of us pull in one direction and other parts of us pull in another direction, and they don't communicate with each other. So this means that our energy, our fire, is being scattered, and as a result, we are experiencing conflict within ourselves and with other people. And the major arcana, the Hierophant, in reverse, one of the possible meanings could be that these relationships that are going to enter in our life, this person who is going to arrive with these previous two oracles, will fulfill the role of a teacher. It could mean also that mastery will arrive through feminine energy. So, some kind of a teacher will arrive, or we will open the teacher archetype within us. So, this new teacher or this mastery will not arrive through the traditional, stable, expected path, but rather through an alternative, different, refreshing, and unexpected path. In other words, not predictable. So this means that we are walking the path of mastery by stepping outside the normal mold in our life. And as the final advice that we got, the oracle of purification, this means that the situations or experiences or interactions with people in this month of February will serve the function of being like a filter, purifying our energy field. This needs to be done because it is difficult for something vibrant and new to enter our life if we are stagnant or saturated with old energy, heavy energy, or accumulated energy. So this oracle of purification tells us that it's necessary to cleanse and purify our body, our physical space, as well as our energetic body and our relational patterns. This could mean going through detox processes with juices or fasting, as well as cleaning and decluttering our house. This means giving things away, donating things. In other words, we need to open space for the new energy that is foretold to enter our life. And because the theme of the month is about relationships, this also means that we need to purify and cleanse our relational behavioral patterns. This means habits that no longer work, that keeps us stagnant and that keeps us saturated, so that the new relationships don't fall under the weight of those old habits. This is important because if we do not transform our relational habits, it doesn't matter if we encounter new persons or if we form new relationships, because we haven't transformed and released old habits, and we will be entering those new relationships, repeating the cycles that did not work before. This oracle is also telling us that we need to release resentment, guilt, and distrust in order to begin anew with higher vibrations, meaning trust and personal power. This oracle also foretells that abundance, prosperity, and expansion will arrive as we cleanse and clear our energy field, our houses, and our relationships. Please remember to leave a comment, share my content, subscribe to my YouTube channel and my social media, Facebook and Instagram, Love Like a Tarot. This helps me a lot. It's just a click, it's just an emoji, and this allows the algorithm to show me to more people. And if these readings help to bring you any clarity, you're welcome to donate whatever you wish via my PayPal link in the description below. And remember that you can find the 3 readings for the month in the English playlist on YouTube and Facebook, so you don't get confused because I also do the readings in Spanish. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see each other again next week for the Love and Relationship General Reading. Goodbye!